I think this is the room where that catwalk I missed is, but I'm not 100% certain. Man, that's a long lore entry.
Very, very long look. I was just thinking if this was Metroid Prime 2, it would have probably referred you to the notebook. Like I was saying, oh sorry, not to the notebook, to the logbook. Because like I was saying before in the first part, a lot of the entries in Prime 2, like I'd probably go as far as to say they're twice as long. Like you can read like a good amount of it just normally, but then after it forces you to go to the logbook to read the rest of it. So yeah, it's just something to note.
I feel like there's an energy tank in this room, but I can't remember if it's this or a different one. I think it's this.
Is
Yeah,
it
there it
within
is.
one of the glass containers or something?
Yeah, I think I saw it. Yeah, it's over there. And I
Yeah,
apparently
I think
ignored
so.
it because of lore.
Yeah, gotta read that law. Forget about the energy. You've got a law over here.
Who cares
Yeah, I'm
about
trying to think
100%
actually. Isn't
item
there? I'm
count?
sure there's.
Hmm?
I'm pretty sure there's like a similar one in the Phazon mines as well, isn't there? Like an energy tank in a tube, maybe or something.
Yeah, I think so. The only problem with that one is it's in the Phazon mines.
Yeah.
Fuck the Phazon mines. Hate that place so much. Especially on the second trip when
Yeah.
Vision
It's
Metroids
just.
show up.
Yeah. It doesn't help that apparently there was on the very first version of Metroid Prime, on the first NTSC versions on the GameCube, there was a glitch that actually locked the door permanently. Actually, no, no, it wasn't locking the door permanently. It was if you killed the one of the Omega Pirates, because I know they drop an artifact, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they drop an artifact, but if you killed one of the Omega Pirates and left the room without picking up the artifact, it would disappear forever.
Oh, damn.
And you would never be able to finish the game. So imagine that you get all the way past up to the phase of the mines, and the artifact just disappears.
That. Why? Why would they do that?
Yeah,
I
it's
assume that's been fixed,
oh yeah,
but
yeah, no, it was fixed on like the very like second version of the NTSC games. It was a huge, huge bug, needless to say.
I'm surprised anyone would miss it though.
Yeah, that's probably the reason why it got past testing. Like, would you really expect someone to like, oh, you finally got the artifact, you finally got the artifact to spawn. Now I think I'm just gonna walk out of the room. Not exactly something an everyday player would do, but I
Yeah,
mean,
unless they are just oblivious.
mm,
Also, I'm kind of curious as to what that is in the ice right there. That was
um,
like in the middle of the room.
in the
There doesn't
ice.
appear to be anything in particular.
Oh, right, okay, in the ice. Yeah.
I mean, you can't scan it, so I guess it's negligible, but.
Mm, yeah, yeah, no, probably just a scenery.
Hmm. Hey, yay, thermal room.
Oh, good. And this is where the nightmares start.
Indeed.
I absolutely hated this as a child.
Yep, can't argue there. I hate any of the dark rooms. It's just horrible.
Mm.
And there's all. Why are they letting their flying pirates inside the building?
That's what I'm saying, you know, shooting missiles everywhere when there are clearly Metroids being contained. Probably not the best idea.
And especially the fact that when they get their suit damaged, they just kind of fall and explode.
Yeah, yeah, they try and pull a kamikaze, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Mm.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I was saying with action replay, when you have the phazon beam. Oh, sorry, is it hyper beam or phazon beam? I just call it phazon beam a lot of the time. But anyway, when you get the hyper
I
beam,
think it's the hyper beam, but it's the phazon beam in 3.
ah, of course, yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, no, I remember now. But yeah, with the hyper beam, like a single tap of the A button will like send them into kamikaze mode straight away. It's just so funny to watch.
I believe it. I wish I had the sense to try that out on this game.
Yeah.
And I think I missed like the first defensive barrier on this, so I had to go back up and get it.
Oh, of course, yeah. Completely forgot about this actually. I'm just surprised because I've like reviewed this like what 2 years ago and I've forgotten so much about this.
Oh, it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like Prime 2, the last time I played that was 2 years ago as well, and I seem to remember that one so much better than Prime 1, but I don't know. Maybe it's just because I played Prime 2 a lot more when I was younger. Probably has
Probably.
something to do with it.
I envy that you're able to play through Prime 2 without getting too frustrated.
Trust me, it's probably the nostalgia was playing a huge part in it as well. It's just the fact that it was my first entry in the Prime series, or the first one that I played. It really had a bigger effect. Like, I'm pretty certain that I would have hated Prime 2 compared to Prime 1 if I played Prime 1 first, which it seems to be the case.
Possibly.
Seems to be the case with most people.
I think the only reason I ever played all the way through Prime 2 was because my neighborhood friends had been able to beat it. They were like, oh, this is too hard. I wanted to show them up. Most of them
Right, you need
never got beyond Tarvis Bog.
wow. You
That,
needed those bragging rights. I don't blame you.
yeah, Boost Guardian was the biggest hurdle, obviously. I don't think the Spider Guardian gave me too much trouble, comparatively, but it
Yeah,
was
no.
pretty bad.
Yeah, as as a PAL player, I can't really relate to the huge difficulty because, like I've mentioned many times, like they dumbed it down a lot for PAL users because obviously we're too casual compared to you North American guys. But they dumbed it down for us, so the bosses weren't nearly as difficult. They didn't hit nearly as hard as they did in the NTSC version. So I can't really relate to the rage, but from what I've heard, hard mode has like the original settings, like they do just as much damage. So another reason why I don't want to go near hard mode.
A big problem with the Boost Guardian is that it's invincible whenever it's in ball form, I
Oh
think.
yeah, yeah, and it goes really fast as well. It's ridiculously quickly. It's either invincible or it's just like going so fast it's hard to hit. But
Pretty
anyway,
much. Yeah, it looks
so
like we're approaching Thardus.
hmm,
We're in the final stretch of this part.
wow. And I just realized I spoke through the entire introduction of the X-ray visor.
Who cares? We spoke through a lot of other stuff too.
Yeah, fair point.
And it's also just the thermal visor. We haven't gotten to the X-ray visor yet, so
Ah,
you're
sorry,
still
not
good.
X-ray. Thermal, I mean thermal. I said nothing, guys. You heard nothing. You heard thermal visor, guys. Yeah, well. As I said, I'm sure most people watching this have already played Prime. But I mean, I'm just trying not to spoil it for those who haven't watched it.
I think I prefer the dark visor to the thermal visor, just because it's easier to navigate around.
I don't know. I think I like the thermal visor more just because I feel like a predator. I feel like the predator while sporting it, but I mean, I don't know. That's just me.
Well, I can't argue there. I just don't like how it works with the environments that don't have heated sections. Like if you're
Yeah, that
trying to
is.
navigate an area in the dark with this thing, it just doesn't work.
Hmm. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I think the dark visor has more uses overall.
Yeah. Like even... No, I guess the thermal lets you see invisible enemies too. Oh well.
I did hate the Echo visor though. Probably my least favorite out of the visors.
Yeah,
It
even
doesn't.
though I'm a big Daredevil fan, I still don't like that.
Yeah, for me, it's like it only seemed useful when you were like trying to disable those like the signals that you obviously needed it to see. But other than that, it didn't really get much use out of me.
Yeah, it just goes to show how much I know about this area and that I already missed the catwalk and I don't even remember where it was anymore.
Wow. So, do you only go back to the catwalk like once you're completely out of this area? Is it much later on?
Yeah, I don't realize that I missed it till much later.
Oh wow. You know, I don't remember it being completely pitch black. Wow.
Yeah, it's mildly frustrating. It's not completely pitch black since the morph ball emits some light, but it's not enough.
Yeah, it is still pretty evil.
Hmm.
Especially when you were saying you have to go into the morph ball mode to get that one of the expansions.
Yeah. Yeah, at least we're almost out of this place.
Hmm.
I think Phazon Mines does something similar with the lights going off, except it does it in the Metroid containment, which makes it super annoying
Oh
because there's fission
yes.
Metroids, and I'm like, ah.
Plus you have to do some platforming as well, which doesn't help at all.
Indeed. And when you have like 6 Metroids on your ass, it's uh, horrible.
Yeah.
What the
So
fuck? Oh, right, there's a sentry.
what is going on? You know what? I'm trying to think. I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like the doors always seem to take longer to load when you're standing on top of them.
I
I
think it was because there was a sentry in the room and it was locked.
right.
It took me a
Oh,
while to
of course, of
realize that
course.
because I
Yeah.
can't see the lock because of
Yeah.
the thermal visor.
Yeah, no. Same with me. When I get to this point, I just try and like rush past everything. I don't even bother trying to shoot anything, just running. But of course, you have to. You're not really. You haven't really got much of a choice.
There we go. I can't remember if I take the path down or if I say fuck it and jump off the ledge. I think I actually take the path down.
Oh my. Yeah, no, I
Mostly
was gonna
because I
say.
wanted to kill all the space pirates.
Ah, yeah. Gotta kill them all.
Gotta love that audio stutter. I love those audio glitches. So much fun. I'm glad that tank I just blew up wasn't a Metroid container.
Yeah.
That would have been mildly annoying. Oh god.
I'm trying to think. Are the doors? They're still locked, aren't they? You have to take out all the space pirates.
I don't think they're locked in this room. I think it's only the sentry rooms.
Oh wow. I would have just said YOLO and jumped off the edge. Um. Then again, if you just use the morph ball, you never take any damage at all.
And just for shits and giggles, I was blowing up all the glass containment tubes.
Ah, too bad it wasn't the Metroid one as well.
Mm-hmm.
And again, then we could have showed off their ultimate weakness, aka the door.
Indeed. Although, one thing I don't understand is why they decided to keep the lights out even after you come back on a second trip.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
don't know.
I said with the catwalk that I missed, just made things more difficult.
I'm trying to think actually. When the lights went off, this just shows my attention span. But when the lights went off the first time, was it because the space pirates switched it off themselves to try and confuse Samus, or was
I'm
it failure?
assuming so.
All right. Yeah. No.
Except they had horrible timing because they did it right after you get the thermal visor.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, they're nothing if not bad at making decisions.
Hmm. It's almost as if they want her to win.
I mean, they had the guy jump through the window to attack you, and then they shut off the lights after you get the thermal visor. They're clearly not the most intelligent.
Hmm.
I was really confused right here. I didn't realize that I was supposed to shoot a panel. I was like,
Oh
what?
yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, because it's deactivated, isn't it? It was the one that you blasted off the super missile, and of course you need the. I believe it's the thermal visor to use this one.
I think I thought I had chopped the door and I was waiting on a loading screen, but then I was like, wait, something's not right.
Wow, how long did this go on for?
Did the game glitch? And then I was like, oh, right.
And the
right.
moment of realization. Perfect. Samus bested by a door. I can just imagine that.
Oh, if you ever read the comic, she has an obsession with spheres. I don't know if that's relevant in any way, but it's kind of funny.
Yeah, you know, I've never actually touched any of the manga. Is it like the manga, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've never read any Metroid mangas at all. I've only played the games, which I probably need to get around to doing if I want to talk about this in more detail.
Here it is, the magic of editing.
Oh, good.
And there it is. This is the second recording.
Nice.
Because before it was like at 10 frames per second. It's horrible. Absolutely horrible. And then Samus gets hit by a rock and loses her suit.
Oh, man.
Wouldn't
Yeah.
surprise me.
We have a fourth wall breaking friend here.
Oh yeah. You didn't get me this time, Thardus. You didn't get me this time.
This rocks monster always reminds me of that enemy from Galaxy Quest. I don't know if you've seen that film.
I have not.
It's like a very similar, like a rock monster enemy. I think I even put a nod to it in my review. Like I was poking fun at it. But anyway, so Thardus is actually quite a simple... Well, you're the one fighting him. What do you think? Really simple, boss?
I think compared to the other bosses, he's the least awful. He's like, you can fight him at your own pace. You're not locked into their pace. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. It's funny as well, like, you only need to shoot the rock like once with when you have the thermal visor on for it to be exposed in the normal visor, right?
I think it's like 2 hits, depending on the charge.
Ah, right. Yeah. Oh,
Problem is that his rocks get in the way a lot.
hmm. Oh, good.
Really do enjoy this fight, though. Yeah, you can definitely tell I'm doing this on a second recording because I'm missing like 1 energy tank.
Oh, of course, yeah. Actually, I didn't even see that until you mentioned it.
Yep.
Wow.
I edited it so smoothly no one would notice.
Hmm. That smooth of it. Those smooth editing skills, though.
I'm glad the second recording didn't turn out to be complete garbage.
Hmm.
That would have been no bad. And then I would have just kept in the original. And
You know.
nobody would want to see that.
Yeah. No, it's fine. You can't, like you're saying, I couldn't even tell. Like, if you didn't mention it, I probably wouldn't have been able to, or I probably wouldn't have seen that you had 1 less energy tank and stuff like that. But
I think
anyway, no, it's
Samus
pretty cool.
just like entered the Matrix a second ago because things slowed down then suddenly sped back up again.
You know, it's like they say, she is the one.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't really get what's going on with this. He like makes a fog appear for some reason. It doesn't really make things more difficult.
Yeah, and if I can, you can see straight through it with the thermal visor, right?
Yeah, doesn't
Yeah.
change the fight at all.
Uh,
He does the same
then again,
attacks. Yeah, what's the point of that?
uh, yeah, no, that does seem quite pointless now that I think about it.
Also, on this playthrough, I realized that the rolling attack he does not actually track you, aside from the initial rolling.
Ah, right.
I was a bit
Is there?
surprised by that, because I thought he would just follow you all over the place.
I'm
But
trying to
apparently
think.
not.
Can you boost into him? Does it do something like boost ball? Does it do anything to him when
I
he's
don't
rolling?
think so,
Right.
and I
You
think
know
you
what? No,
probably
no.
take damage and trade-off, so I wouldn't want to do it anyway.
Ah, right. You know what? I'm completely thinking of a different thing. If I can, I don't think the boost ball does any damage in this game, does it?
It does, just
Oh, it
not a
does.
lot.
Oh, right. Yeah, because I remember in Prime 2 they completely changed the animation. Like it's got a huge, like a burst of energy when you use it, and it does, like they actively encourage you to use it on enemies. Like I remember in, I believe it's Sanctuary Fortress where you have like those little quadraxis bots. I'm just gonna call them mini quadrax or mini quads. Yeah, I'm just gonna call them that. Yeah, please, Metroid fans, don't kill me over this. I'm not gonna get the enemies' names right. I don't remember all the enemies. Well, anyway, back to the point. If you boost into them, or I believe you have to boost into them to beat them. So, yeah, Boost Ball has a lot more uses in Prime 2.
I'm
But I
gonna
mean,
have to replay it at some point to find out, I guess.
Hmm. But I was gonna say, what do you think of the power-ups overall in Prime 2 compared to Prime 1?
Oh, I can't really think of too many things that are different. It's more like situational. Like the dark suit and light suit just exist because there's a dark world. Everything else
Yeah,
is pretty much the same. The dark and light beams are just replacements for the other beams.
yeah. I mean, I know they introduced the screw attack as well.
Screw attack.
Oh man, I saw that. I should have seen that coming. But yeah, the screw attack. Like, do you think it was pulled off well in a 3D environment?
I think it didn't work too well in that game because you didn't really have much use for it. I think Prime 3 did it better, and definitely Other M.
I'm trying to think. Prime 3. You know, my memory is so bad. I can't even remember getting the screw attack in Prime 2. How was it different to Prime 2?
It's just less precise. You can like time it differently and still pull it off. Prime
Ah,
2
okay.
was like ridiculously precise with its timing.
Oh, okay.
It was
Yeah.
like trying to wall jump in Super Metroid. Or, no, I'm not Super Metroid, Fusion.
Ah, right.
In comparison to Super Metroid.
Okay then. But anyway, finally defeated Thardus, so now we've finally destroyed the frame rate lord.
Indeed.
No more drops.
Oh, our suit's gone. Damn it. Fucking rocks.
What I'd give just to see that.
And we got the suit.
Now
And I
we
think the
have the.
recording's about to end. So, have a good day or night, and we'll see you next time.
Whew.
That one